Hello. Let's get the game going. See if I can. What's going on? You having trouble here? There we go. Okay. Hi. Hello. Coming back to Pale Beyond. Last time that I played, I was. We can do that. Last time I played, I was able to get about. I don't know. It started the 35-week timer. The worry was that we'd be able to get out on the ice. Or we'd need to get out on the ice in a little bit, because right now maintaining supplies and everything is relatively easy. So I imagine it's starting off pretty simple. For the most part, our dialogue branches, oh, these are interesting. Maybe it's because it's the first time. But deleting or pruning the saves above it. Oh, okay. So this is going to be based on. I haven't looked at this before. So this is going to be based on which branches I've done previously. And it looks like starting with the number of people and the morale and everything. Okay. That's starting a new one. We're going to continue on from here. Hell yeah. Alright, so picking up from where we left off. First off, the most important people are the specialists. We've got a fair amount of people. I'm not exactly sure what the line is, but the line is probably favoritism versus favoritism. Riddell hates me. Templeton is... He's trying. And I'm getting the Stoke brothers on me, as well as Mr. Engineer. And the captain, of course, is missing. Other than that, I wish... But one of the things I was annoyed by, and I wonder if there's an option now. There've been a couple updates since. No. It's hard to tell. He's demoralized. I can't really tell if that's... Like, that's draining 5 decorum every day. But I can't tell how to fix it. Maybe it's just a matter of talking to him. But so far, everyone's doing pretty good. All of our boys in blue, which are our most loyal sailors, are off with the captain, Don and Beard. So we're going to first meet in the cabin. Everyone's got to have words with me. All right, here we go. Templeton, Kurt, Cordell, and Hammond stand inside, the beginnings of a meeting. Well, Captain, it's been 3 weeks. Kurt tells me there's still no change in the ice. None. And best I can estimate, what change we will see won't free the ship. I predict the Temperance is most likely to be crushed under the pressure of the ice. And how long will that take? A few weeks, at most. Unfortunately, we may have to look at alternatives rather than waiting for the ice to break up. I don't like the idea of leaving the ship. We may not have a choice in that matter. Leaving the Temperance and making camp on the ice is something we will have to consider. Aye, the longer we stay on this ship, the more fuel we're having to burn. Not to mention risking another boiler incident. Yes, that matter almost cost lives. Heating a smaller camp burns through much less oil. And without enough food to survive a winter, we're dead. Don't think I need to tell you that. I will not be quite so quick to pack up and move out just yet. And why is that? The ship is shelter. The ship is safety. Currently, there are quite a few hunting opportunities presented to us. We will need to gather more food if we are to survive, and the ship provides a safe area to hunt from. Right. And most of the crew aren't ready to give up either. They're stubborn, just as any good crew should be. I would rather not play to stubbornness when lives are on the line. He has a point. Crew thinks we gave up too early. They'll resent the captain for it. Though now, We have a serious bloody flooding problem. We do? Aye, you might not have noticed if you left your damn forecastle. It is safer to take the time to gather what we need before we leave, rather than raid the ship once we make the ice. Well, the answer lies with Captain. Should we move off ship this week? Oh. Okay. So here is the first, this is what I was worried about. Here's the first major issue. Are we moving off of the ship? It's going to be harder to defend ourselves. It's the South Pole, so there might be polar bears and stuff that we haven't seen. We haven't scouted any of that yet. Basically, the heating requirements are much lower if we move off the ship. And the heating requirements are a lot lower. It may demoralize the people. But in return, we would need to raid the ship, which is more costly. And flooding is a problem, at least at the moment. I think, personally, we can remain on the ship. I'd rather wait it out a little bit longer. I think the boiler exploding could be an issue if I decide to stay. So here's what I'll do. We'll remain on the ship. That's what I want to do. It might be a little dangerous, but it is a lot safer overall. I don't think I want to push it. Not yet. We'll remain on the ship for now. Very well. When we remove the boiler from the furnace, that is when we make our move. When you feel we're ready to go, just go to the boiler room and give the order. Alright? Time to bring in Mr. People. Mr. Gloss. Captain, we tried to use the radios to pick up any signals every evening for the past week. Nothing, I take it? Afraid not. We expected. I have to say, though, I expected a worse reaction from the sailors. I suppose there's a relief in trying a method and knowing it to be unsuccessful. Now they can move on to the next venture with little reservation. They are a resourceful people, I must say. Well, I suppose anything that puts the crew's mind at ease is worth doing. Thank you, Mr. Glossley. Yep, as we expected. Captain, my dogs appear to be struggling in the undecked kennels. They require a more secure form of shelter from the environment. Dogloos, I believe they are called. Yes, but will require some hands to work on constructing them. It is for the health and safety of the pack. Yeah, I've got people to spare. Put some of the crew to work on it. Thank you. We must focus on keeping the dogs safe. Without them, the crew stands little chance of safety themselves. Yes, definitely the case. Tucker. Tucker, I don't think I gave you a voice at some point, but it was kind of indistinct. We'll do, fucking, oh god. I'm trying to do Australian, but my brain's not forming around it. It's killing me. Slipping into Irish every time I try to go. A second. Sorry, I just had to listen to my brain for a second. Mast was damaged when the ship was being tossed a while back, Captain. Best get someone to fix it before the Temperance is freed. Freed? Aye. Ship could come loose any moment. That was bad. Whoops. Heading up to repair the mast is a dangerous task. We don't even know if this ship will sail if the ice clears. That would be worth it, though. Yeah, that's unnecessary. The ship is not going anywhere. Going anywhere soon. Yeah. There's always the off chance. Not always. I've got the decorum to spare, and I've already got people building the sleds. I was summoned by Mr. Templeton. Yes, Mr. Isaac. This is regarding your personal item. What do you mean? What do you mean? Sure. I felt it pertinent to let the captain know that you are carrying a weapon. Why did you bring a gun with you on an expedition, Isaac? Why did you bring a gun with you on an expedition, Isaac? Personal safety, of course. Perhaps this is my unfamiliarity with expeditions, but I was surprised others did not bring an item to protect themselves. Many of the crew cannot afford such an item to themselves. Captain, it is up to you on what to do with this revolver. With all due respect, this is my personal item, Captain. It is the captain's right to requisition any weapons on the ship. That includes your own. I don't want to use it for the hunts. Not allow a single person to hold on to a weapon. So I don't know much about this man. Oops. I don't know much about this man. Leaving him to his own devices is going to be spicy. Hang on. Sorry, 1 second. But especially because he's a scientist, he's likely to get spooked pretty quickly. He does seem a bit calm in the face of danger right now. Sorry, I just gotta do something real quick. Remove the imp. Perfect. Okay, we're back to it. Sorry about that. Okay. I'd rather not have a revolver in the hands of someone who could freak out. And I'm not really that worried about pissing this guy off. The only thing this dude's gonna do with the revolver is cause fucking problems. That's the only thing this guy's gonna do. So I don't want it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him to hand it over. You cannot allow a single person to hold on to a weapon. Hand over the revolver, Mr. Zack. Very well, Captain. I understand. It would do well to avoid creating an imbalance of power among the crew. I doubt the sailors would take too kindly to such a thing. Alright, we have 2 demoralized people now. Oh, God. I don't think putting someone in the sick bay is going to help. Sure. There's a rumor going around amongst the crew. They're saying the ship is haunted by the ghost of Captain Hunt. Saying that ever since he died, his spirit is cursing the Temperance to doom. What ridiculous tripe. Aye, but you'd want to put a stop to it. I assume that's gonna cost decorum? Oh yeah, it costs 10 decorum. I mean, that someone's gonna freak out about there being a ghost? Like, of all things? Then again, if I say, oh, he's not, they're sailors, right? I don't think that telling them a ghost doesn't exist is gonna help. But Stoke wants me to do it, and I need Stoke on my side, so we're gonna do it. Aye. Crew won't be best pleased you're stopping their stories. It's better than allowing fear and superstition to run wild. Aye. I definitely need Stoke on my side, so I'm happy to sacrifice some on that shit. Head to the boiler when you wish to abandon ship. I suggest we do so sooner rather than later. Sure. We'll stock up. Excuse me. Hello. Oh, build the dog loos. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to send a couple people. I can't do one arm, but I can do... Are they going to gain sledding dogs by doing this? I don't really know. We're going to need a fair amount of supplies. I have to send the scientists out, and both of these guys are demoralized, which is very annoying. Let's take a look at other things, because this could be anybody that's left over. I wanted to look around here, which would take all 3 scientists. Which gains me research, which is fine. Mr. and Mrs. Glasgow, get a little decorum there. I'm still going to need the scientists here, so they're going to have to do that. They're costing decorum for me to keep up. And no one is really injured right now. Grab some food itself. And we can, just as before, we can grab some coal itself. Assigning people to coal doesn't really matter. Assigning people to food doesn't really matter. Nobody's freezing yet. We should... Okay, we do want... Grimley is my man for knocking on the door. So we're going to try to get as much stuff off the ship as we can in this amount of time. The water flooding in, you have time to grab 2 items. Digging tools, engineering tools. The furnace. Peaches to keep off scurvy. Ale cures demoralization, which will be good. Digging tools. So we're grabbing 2 things. I'm doing ale, definitely. I think I need engineering tools, so let's go. So we can get the max fuel up. That's great. Alright. I do want to send someone in here. Let's send... I don't remember who I sent in already. Am I supposed to know who I sent in? God. Oh, God. Gain 1 research and cure them of demoralization by the end of the week. I guess it doesn't matter who. Does it... Do I have more information on a particular person? I don't remember. I need to cure the scientists. So give 1 ale. We're going to hold off on this. I got a fair amount of research before... Oh, Kasha's photo library. There we go. Okay, I got Mr. Grimsley, I think. Yeah, I can't tell who I've already sent in. What else? We have food. We have weapons. Weapons will probably be useful. Science will probably be useful. I'm going to need... Let's do 2 people building the igloos. Let's do... Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's go ahead and make our choices. I don't think there's anybody to talk to right now. We'll have a couple people making the igloos. Have Dad and his son, obviously. Yeah, oh, we need 3. With 3, we can have the engineer. Able to do that. Did promise her that would happen. Have a couple people grabbing food. How are we doing on stores? Have... Where did this come from? I don't know where this came from. Huh. Yes, sir. Stream is live. Right now... Oh, we can send more scouts out. I'd rather get the area scouted sooner rather than later when we are living comfortably. We're going to go this way. This way. Just going to use most of the dogs. And this way. Cool. We should be able to go. These are all fucking science. Are you kidding me? Well, all the scientists have to go to that shit. But it is 1 to 3, which is nice. Research, research, research. Sheesh, there's a lot of places on the ice to check out. All right, back to the ship. Okay, we have 6 people left. I'd like to get a little more food. Because food's going to be the biggest time waster. Oh, they're all spoiled now? Oh, shit. Maybe food is no longer the way to go. Yeah, the time's almost up on the rations. We can still get more coal, though. Send the boys in for coal. Alright. Keeping people warm. Let's break into food here. Food storage. I'll get John. Food and ale. 80 food. 3 kegs of ale. I assume I can only choose one, so let's choose the rations. Alright, I got the ale from the other one. It's fine. We got 2 more members. Oops. We got 2 more members. And those 2 members might be able to get food. I don't think I can send them out on anything else. Okay. Yep, but 2 more members getting food is really going to be the only option. We've got malnutrition choice. Can't cook that up. Medical comforts might have been a good idea to grab early on, but it's too late for that now. So we are going to do the food. I think that there's nothing else to be done. Got you and you. Great. Throw some stuff in Dahoosh. Which spoiled food is probably going to be the best thing to do. Get some of this. Not much. I'd rather not eat spoiled food at the moment, given the opportunity. Alright. 99. Perfect. And we'll go down and put some coal. Nope, not you. Put some coal in the furnace. No, actually we don't need to because we're at 90. Well, no, we can. Because it's 20. Great. Alright. That's that. Time to go up and pass a little bit of time. We return to their posts. They swear, when that hook came swinging, Captain Hunt had to pull me down. That was 5, 6 years ago. I had no clue what I was doing. Both of us nearly lost an eye that day. Same expedition Ward lost his arm. Half the time, I don't think Hunt knew what he was doing either. This is shitty to say. I'm sure he did. Seemed a good captain. Aye, he is. Served us well, no doubt. A shame, then. Did you need something? I heard stories about Hunt and I was curious. I'd like to know more about the man. Oh, I want to commend you both for keeping spirits high. Well, it's still business as usual. I can still cook up a good meal. Nothing has changed there. Worried about the vote, aren't you? Oh, is that it, Shaw? I'm curious why you voted the way you did. You mean, why we voted for Captain Hunt? It'll be obvious. He's our captain. Alright, let's leave it at that, Grimley. Nice of you to check in, Shaw, but I think it's time the crew called it a night. Is there an issue I'm not aware of? He's not going to tell me. He's going to let Hunt tell me if he needs to. He was awfully fond of Hunt. He's... Word to the wise, Robin. I have nothing against you, but we sure don't know you either. It's going to take more than simple pleasantries to earn Grimley's trust. You ever have pancakes, Shaw? Served some for Captain Hunt once, and he started demanding them every time. You can only have them come early in the trip, though. Ingredients don't keep long. Stop, you're making me hungry. Well, don't expect me to whip up anything this late. Miss the water. Got used to playing on a rocking ship. Start to feel sick when I'm off too long. I miss it myself. Sense of constant movement. Nothing else like it. Aye, you get it. I don't like stillness. I like the feeling like I'm going somewhere. Definitely. My man's down here. One of Templeton's team tried to talk to me while I was working. They were going on and on about their spouse or something. Ended up telling them to fuck off. I think they got the message. You have full permission to do so anytime your work is interrupted. I didn't need permission, but I knew you'd understand. I could have sent someone in, but I didn't want to. He's really bored. Oh, actually, I want to talk to her. Down in her little camp. I wonder how my editor will find my report in its finished state. It was a nightmare getting my plague story published. Only the Daily Appeal was willing to pick it up, and they were hardly the most reputable of papers. You did wonders for their reputation, I understand. Yes, and they're more than willing to coast off mine. Not that I mind. People buy the Daily Appeal just for my reports. I prefer that to being drowned out by other voices. Makes sense. Nice. She's pretty easy to appeal to. Just talk her up nice. Oh, Doctor just doesn't want to hang out. Oh, jeez. I want to talk to him. It's rather morbid, Shaw, but our last conversation had me wondering about those children of mine. Specifically, I'd wondered on whether I'd ever see them again. It's not something you could imagine, I know, but that threat always exists on these expeditions. I signed on knowing that. Are you close with your children? If I ask him that, considering he's a world explorer, he probably doesn't get to hang out with his children a lot. This is just depressing. It's just depressing to say. And this is kind of sucking up to him. Must be proud to have a famed explorer for a father. They're probably annoyed, most likely. So I'll ask him about it. You close with your children? Not at all. Not as close as I should be. Even the youngest is grown now, Shaw. My time to be a parent came and went. Chose the ice. Yeah. Life. Evening, Captain. Have you been reading that textbook? I understand if you do not have the free time. Well, God. Am I going to just lie to him? You're right, I haven't found the time yet. Shame, though perhaps a lack of free time should be seen as a positive. Productivity will stave off the boredom more so than luxury. Can I read it? Did you give it to him? Is it like a thing I can do? Doesn't look like it. He gave me... oh, it's not even in the key things. Yeah. Nothing. It's like... ugh. Like, I could just pretend that I read the textbook. I was worried they were going to quiz me or something. What do you have in your pocket? What does it matter to you? Hunched over, clutching something. It's suspicious. I'm holding an egg. An egg? Why? Keep my hands warm. Boiled eggs keep heat. That is actually rather ingenious. We know the code. Better than you lot, anyway. Damn, Gnome's just such a little bastard. There are no signs of change, I take it. Afraid not, Templeton. The ice is yet to budge. Moving to the ice looks more and more than being a necessity as I see it. You may just be right, chum. The team of scouts better be keeping their focus. Oh, sorry. If we cannot find a way from this pack, to notice you. Ah, Captain. I wouldn't worry about the ice. My team will find a path, I have no doubt. At ease, Kurt. You're doing good work. Thank you, Captain. I promise my team won't grow lazy. This is certainly not the place for it. I don't really need to appeal to Kurt anymore. He and me best buds. We're best friends. Right. Time's up. On to week 7. Oh, that's got such a long way to go. Got the doctor here, so we can cure things. Remember, we'll become malnourished. I can still keep people happy for the most part right now. This is what I've been rolling with so far. Trying to keep the decorum high by not spending a lot of fuel. But I feel like next week we're going to end up going 3 researches, dogs arrested, Zach is demoralized, most class is no longer demoralized. Right, well at least there's that. Let's start the next week. I could send in one of these scientists to talk to the lady. We'll see how that goes. Captain, thank you for building some proper shelter for the dogs. I appreciate the assistance from the crew. Though the dogs are an important factor in this expedition, I'm certain you and your kennel will repay us in kind. You need not worry about that, Mr. Templeton. Again, thank you, Shaw. Shaw, put a stop to those rumors going on about Hunt. That's simple. Sailors do seem to listen to you. Aye, and I'll be hearing them whispers again. Alright, simple as. But I think moving off the ice today. Captain, I would find it wise to have a word with a journalist among our crew. For whatever reason, Hunt allowed for a photographer with no sailing experience to tail alongside the expedition. As it stands, Kasha Belford's record is what will stand the test of time when this expedition is spoken of. And it would seem she has not made allies of the crew. So, sailors of this crew are a private lot. They do not take kindly to the prying eyes of a landlubber, as they would say. Remember, Captain, she controls the story. She controls your story. Best to have a word. Reputation can be fragile. You do not need an unflattering image at a time like this. General warning. Fucking hell. What's it this time, Tucker? These bloody Stigs aren't worth the shit I stepped in. You're the only man I know who could step in the shit. You're the only man I know who could step in shit on the ice, mister. Bloody right. Love these two guys. They're just having a good time. Now I gotta pet the dogs. Right. So you can scout out a bit more. I think it's about time that we leave, though. Animal resource items are pretty good. Right? But I'd rather just have the area explore. So we're going to send you there. Hunt. Okay. Hunt. More stuff. We'll have a couple of the scouts go out. Oh, penguin. That's good. And let's have you out too. Okay. We don't quite have enough. Having 14 is really annoying. You need 15. There's always going to be 2 that like don't care. Cold. Cool. We got 11. Got a demoralized worker, but nobody that's injured. Hey, what's up, Zito? Is this all spoiled? Yeah, it's all spoiled now. We're gonna have to load up on coal and salvage what else we can from the ship before we... When was the last time you slept, Chief? Oh, a good couple hours in a while back. Couple? You don't want to work yourself to death before we can even make land. Heard that before, but it hasn't bloody happened yet. Back to work. Just gonna keep standing there. What happens when I hit the abandoned ship button? Be a confirm? It'll probably be a confirm. Furnace torn from the boiler. Right now then. Let's tell the lads. We're moving out. Yes, captain's orders. For now we should focus on setting up a campsite on the ice. Leave the equipment holding for later. No worries, I'll get them to work. We'll have a camp set up before you know it. You're taking that with you? Aye. Can't go a day without it, can you? Aye, the crew like the music. Fair enough. You better get to hauling the lifeboats next. They're a bit more important than an accordion. Aye, I know. Bark, bark. Calm down, Stanbury. We're simply moving to the ice. Yes, yes, it's all very exciting. If the rest of you behave yourselves, you'll be treated to an extra helping of soup. Well, there we have it. The heart of the ship ripped clean from her chest, but she still beats for the crew. How long were you waiting on that one? Well, because it was shite. No time for poetry. Captain, let's get this bloody furnace set up in the ice. Right. There you go. Here we are, setting up camp. What are you doing up there? Now's the last chance to get a shot like this. Isn't it dangerous? Don't worry, I've done it before. Don't tell the captain. Okay. There, perfect. Farewell, Temperance. Captain, I hope your new lodgings are to your comfort. Not, I'm afraid you will have to power through until the rescue. We say goodbye to the Temperance, but our work is far from over. We weren't going to get anywhere holding onto that anchor. No, let's be forward looking. What's our next order of business? Oh, getting the rest of the stuff. Bolt action rifle. Lemons, which we've already got. Flares. Okay, we'll choose the flares. And I don't know what the bolt action rifle is going to be useful for, but they're pretty able to hunt on their own. Did I fuck up? I just kind of like busted in myself with no problem. We have time to inspect one thing. Buckled by ice, stripped for timber, so 102 fuel. Or 20 maximum decorum. Interesting. Keeping people from going crazy is definitely the most important part. We have lots of ways to get full. Alright. Nope. We're inspecting things there. Flooded. I guess we're inspecting the rest of the ship. Oh, we're gonna grab timber. That's a good idea. Father and son, as well as good old Lefty. We're gonna do the Bros and Vernie. We can get a little more tinned food. It's gonna generally help out. What else can we do? Doctor's office. We can still get people. Actually, we can't really. Scientist storeroom. Oh shit! I need the research papers. Can I gather my own stuff? No. So we've abandoned most of this sheet. And the dogs. Nothing in the captain's chambers. But yeah, now we're set out here. Request tent. Yep. As well as my journal. The doctor's office. Here. Photographer. Here. Get people up a little bit happier. Let 2 Johns go. So 4 people left. I'm not quite sure the power of research, but it's fine. We'll get decorum by sending people in there. Got the dogs. I don't see. Where's the map? The map's over here. We don't have enough sled dogs to send out. Okay. Gotta feed the hoosh. We'll do a couple of malnourishments because it's generally spoiled. We need the food. Yep. Looks like it's per person. Not sure what malnourished does, but I guess we're going to find out in a little bit. Anything else that I can send my boys to do? It was getting the food tins. So we'll put the rest on here. Alright. Spoiled food is going to be better than no food. Hunting is only going to last us so long. Alright. That's all the people. Dinner time. Despite the time, it's still bright light outside. I'm trying to come up with a new song. Something about seals, I'm thinking. I do think, though. Winds are too distracting. But I haven't had a new song in a while. You're the creative sort? You like writing music? A lot of people just like playing music instead of writing it themselves. I suppose. Don't write anything down. It's just off the top of my head. Yeah. Photographer Belford? What about her? Did she come snooping around your tent as well? I caught her prying a couple times. I can guess she found nothing on you. We all learned something from you, Tashi. Oh God, they hate her, don't they? Sure, it has been quite some time since we met. When I first met you at the docks, I knew you were suited for the role. Do you not have a say in the crew? He's generally keeping private about that. Maybe he wants to share his thoughts now. I don't really care what he thinks about me now. I am simply a representative. Even my own team was beyond my control. I did not disagree with the selection, however. That's at least a relief. Good to see you don't hide away from the crew in the evenings, Shaw. You don't seem the type when I first saw you. Oh, it's a pleasant surprise. I'm sure I have more in common with you than the usual colonial sort. We're the same thing from plenty that share your background. Well, pfft. Did your photo snapped by that photographer too? She's a landlubber for sure. Treating us like we're some novelty. I don't have much problem with it. Good conversation. Remember approaches. Captain, you look like you could use some more to eat. Taking up the responsibility of a captain is as admirable as it is unenviable. Please, help yourself to some of my own rations. Frankly, I'm stuffed. I have no time for toadying. Needn't attempt it. Yeah, trying to suck up to me. Listen, buddy. I'm here for everyone. Yorick III goes quiet, as the rest of the crew chuckle amongst themselves. It would appear their attempts at gratifying command was unsuccessful. There I was, face to face with a leopard seal. Dangerous creatures, cannot be mistaken for your average seal. Natural hunters, much faster on land than you'd expect. How'd you deal with that then? I was lucky. I had my hunting shotgun at the ready. We were feasting on leopard seal that night. Of course, all the times the crew weren't filming. Ah, pull the other one. It's true. It's other time. He's just spouting nonsense. Worked with a lot of captains in my time. Half of them don't know their arse from their elbows. You're different from most of them. Have you ever worked for a good one? No. If you want to change that, you're more than welcome. Cool. Alright. That's most people. Oh. Good evening, Captain. Will this take long? The dogs are fed and rested. However, I dislike leaving them alone. Oh, she fucking hates me calling them mutts. Do you dislike leaving the dogs, or do you dislike joining the crew? Yeah, you train them well. There won't be any issue. That would be my hope, but you can never be certain. You're not married, are you, Shaw? Take it from me. If you ever do find yourself wedded, never as easy as it looks. What brought this on? Late evenings on the ice grant you quite a lot to look back on. You've had a long life to look back on, Shaw. I understand. As you pass by, you see Kasha adjusting her camera as she stands, partially obscured as she finds the right angle for shots. As you step to her side, she raises her head and looks at you. Do you ever stop taking pictures? Damn, dude! What the fuck? Can you put that camera down for 1 fucking second? Oh my god. So I don't know how to do anything else, Captain. Yeah, I know. You suck. She's just gonna be nervous and shy. We're buttering up to her. What are you taking photos of? The crew, of course. This is quite the unique situation we're in. I want to capture the mood. Maybe I could place it beside our initial crew photos. Compare and contrast. Oh, that's brilliant. You don't have to capture everything, you know. You can join the others if you wish. Tasha's eyes dart to the crew, briefly lingering on the stature of Kurt. Back to you. I think I'm better off in the background, taking pictures from a distance. Do you dislike Kurt? Not at all. I don't dislike Kurt. It's simply that I followed Kurt's expeditions a lot as a child, so seeing him in person is odd. Is he shorter than you expected? You're simply starstruck? I wouldn't put it that way. There's a common adage you may have heard. Never meet your heroes? I'd like to avoid becoming one who repeats that adage. Without an interview from Kurt, your chronicle isn't complete. All right. Hate that you're right. It's more that up until now he's been an idea. Does that make any sense? This is serious, gosh, and that was hardly the time to have a celebrity crisis. No, I get it, but Kurt's just another person, like you or me. I suppose so. Well, I'll leave you be. I'm still looking for the right shot. That didn't help all that much. Oh well. We carry on. All right. So, people are going to get colder faster, but... the fuck? It'll cost more. Some people will start freezing. Oh boy, I don't have enough to spend like that. But I don't want people malnourished, which is going to drive decorum down. I also don't have the capability of... We're going to keep it... I don't want people freezing. No, we're going to keep it normal and half, just like we were before. More research. Zach, Loss are freezing. Tashi's cured of malnourishment. Well, progressing to scurvy. Great. We got 3 people freezing. Oh, God. All right, this is where it was going to start being a problem. So we're looking at week 35 in the end. We've got malnourishment, which is traded into scurvy. We're going to have to treat one person. Scurvy. Lemons. And keep this furnace going. I could put it in the hoosh. That. Just throw wood in there. What? What are you doing? We don't need beer. I want to keep the flare. I mean, we're not putting flare in there. I don't know why I'm looking at it. Let's keep the food rolling. We're going to have to get more people. Yeah. Scurvy. We can do that. Heal to the scurvy, which is great. But one man went malnourished. 2 people went malnourished. Oh, because I put 2 things in. Doctor, how are you holding? Still finding yourself with bouts of sickness? No, that isn't a problem. It was only seasickness. Now that we're no longer at sea, my stomach is settled. For the most part. If you ever feel the queasiness setting in once more, I learned an old trick in my travels. Simply close your eyes and count backwards from 10. Worked me a treat in my youth. Right. I'll try that. Can we... So who can we send to the med bay? Cured of all status effects by the end of the week. This man, go here. Yes, command to rest. Anybody else? Going. Put him on 2 status effects is pretty good. Lefty was hurt before, so we'll just go ahead and do that. And we need all 3 scientists to cook up the comforts, which they're not going to be able to do. We need someone to be undemoralized, maybe? No, I don't see anybody demoralized, so we'll keep it here. If the crew is able to talk to her more, maybe they'll like her more. I don't know. Oh, I don't want to assign one if possible. Oh. It seems like I moved off at the right time. Oh my god. Oh, the ship is done. Okay. I don't know if that was going to be prevented by, but we were able to save a lot of stuff. Oh my god. She goes. He's gone. Heads hang low amongst the crew. Why you sailed? We got a lot of people demoralized. Oof. So thankfully, one of our good demoralized guys is in the doctor's office. No. Okay, he's already there. So if we go out to the map right here. So we started off here. This was the last bit of land where the scouting team and everybody came from. And the goal was to take the ship. And there was another ship that got lost at sea. This is Antarctica up here. There's another ship that got lost at sea right around this area. And we sailed from the southwest. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Probably not. Do you see my mouse at all? Yeah, you can. Okay, cool. We sailed from the southwest all the way through here, and there was a huge ice flow, the southeast and the northeast, and they kind of came and crushed together, and the ship got caught right in the middle of it. So we're stuck on this big amount of ice, which still has a lot of penguins and things. So it's not like unlivable, but it is Antarctica, and we're stuck with nothing. But when the ship got trapped, I guess it was just a matter of time before it was starting to flood. The ice pressed in from underneath and broke the whole damn thing down. So here we are. That's the tale. I believe it's based on a true story, at least according to Alex it is. So this is Probably what ended up happening. I don't know how many people actually got out alive. And we're stuck here for, if you see up here, the dial at 35 weeks is when rescue will come. That's the idea. Anyway, so we got to keep the decorum, food, heat, and everyone mostly alive as best we can. Or else people will start to die. And then everyone will die. Bad. Asha. Captain, take a look at this. Before the ship sank, I was checking the cabins of, well, the missing crew. It seems they left behind a good amount of their belongings. A good few books and the like. Not much use for them now. I'd put them at the top of the list to burn for fuel. We can't do that. Yes, we can. We are in need as much fuel as we can find, Belford. We'll need to find good reason to preserve them. These aren't simply novels the missing crew brought with them for leisure. They left their journals behind, their diaries, logs of their life on this ship and before. This can't be burned. Captain, I request that I hold on to these journals for use in my report. I think the rest of the crew would appreciate their stories being preserved. I suppose the sailors would not take kindly to burning the remnants of their lost colleagues. Aye, but what else do we have? Not much else we can burn, is there? That won't be necessary. Kasha, keep the books for your report. The books aren't going to help that much. Better find something to burn then, Captain. Can't hold a bloody well everything. Thank you, Captain. Sure that their story is told. We'll be able to do that if we freeze to death. Shaw, I don't suppose you've been keeping track of the days? Of course I have. Well, you'll be pleased to know that today is Imbolc. I am not aware of such an occasion. Not surprised you wouldn't recognize it. To us, it's a major holiday. Don't expect to ask the day off. What is Imbolc? I gotta look that up. Because that's going to... I've been giving him semi-Russian for... Gaelic. Oh, he is Irish. Imbolc, St. Bridget's Day, is the Gaelic traditional festival. Marks the beginning of spring. For Christians, it's a feast day. Oh, that's when they do the... It's on the... Okay, can I get this up on the screen? Ooh. St. Bridget's Day. Not to be confused with St. Patrick's. Let's see. Can I... Wait, how do I... Here. St. Bridget's Day. Can we hear it? Thank you for that phonetic alphabet that I cannot, like, I literally don't, I don't recognize the letter from this. Help, can you play it, please? I want to hear the sound. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna drop that. All right. You off. Cool. Imbolc of 10 comes with a traditional feast. But it might be good to hold one. Sailor's sake. It's a nice idea, but we can't spare the rations, my man. Like, treat them to a feast? I guess they're gonna be happy? They're mostly Irish, probably? East? Really? Our decorum's not that low. Dude, we can't spare the rations. I'm so sorry. I thought that'd be the case. Oh well, it was worth asking. Oh, the 15 decorum! Oh god. I was investigating the tin foods we picked up from the Temperance. Should have expected this, but the tins were spoiled in the flooding. Is it still edible? Serious? We cannot afford to be too selective. It may not be pleasant, but if it can be eaten without poisoning the crew, it may still serve as rations. Hard to tell for certain there. Well, it's certain it tastes like death. It may still be edible. The may in that sentence is not so comforting. Food is food, but I'm not sure it's worth the risk. What do you think, Shaw? I've already fed them some malnourished shit. Can't be too bad. We'd eat all the food we can get. Hey. Suppose we can't afford to be picky, can we? Brewer's sure to gripe about the taste. Add them to the pot if you think it's worth it. I've already been doing that. I've already been doing that for the past couple weeks. Alright. We can toss some things in the furnace. So we got some wood, which is nice. And we got a little bit more coal, which will bring us up to 14. Solid. So we're at least able to do that. We got 3 people freezing. We got a couple people not nourished. Let's check the hoosh pot. A couple people. We're gonna keep decorum up, but I don't know how much. Cure 1 demoralization. Let's cure 1. I don't know who it's gonna cure in. Okay. Annoying. We have to do that. And we weren't able to get any of the research from the other things. He's already stuck in. So this is all research. We can get more hunting. We got to start sending people out for food. Although, hang on. Our man's right here. Oh no, he's just freezing. Okay, that's send them out. Okay, it's gonna cost dogs no matter what. Do a little hunting. This is got the revolver as well. Hang on. That's baby penguins? These are the big penguins. I'd rather send a big crew out for the big the emperor penguins. Cool. And in terms of gathering stuff, there's really not much we can do. I mean, that's kind of it, right? Am I crazy? That's kind of it. Any experience with cameras? It cannot be too complicated. Why, did you go and break yours? No, but I was wondering if there's something did happen, you would at least have some parts to fix it with. I should. Question is if I wanted to get to waste good parts in a bloody camera. Spare parts? You're hardly going to be wasting them. What more could some spare scrap be used for? You have no idea. Okay. You can interview a person to get a little more research. Already sent John. We're going to have to go. We've already got you in here. Sent the researchers out. So let's explore another area. Or 2. No, we can explore and then hunt. Okay. Send everybody else out on this hunt. So we got the 2 engineers as well. I don't know if there's much we can do with the 2 engineers. We don't have enough dogs to do anything. I suppose I can interview one of the engineers. That's probably the best I can get. Alright, sure, why not? They're not busy. Decorum, we need to do. And that is about it. Okay, yeah, I don't think I can send anyone else to do anything. If we're out of dogs. Kind of wish we had another dog. But that's not how it's going to work out. 14. What insane number. The only thing that I can do... I would have rather lost 2 than just sit at 14. Because, like, I need 3 for everything. I don't know. 14 is such an odd number. Maybe they'll die slowly, and that kind of gives me a buffer of 2. I don't know. Not that I want to lose, though. All right. Good on food. We're good on everything else. Send it. Send it. Still bright light outside. Let's talk to everybody. See you for the morning's reports. All right, Templeton. Don't want to talk. Can't tend to the furnace if I'm tabbing to you tonight. How much they had energy once. You're not alone there, friend. Hard to remember days I moved without this cane. Hard to remember having both eyes. They look like us one day. Well, let's hope not. Imbolg. Quite the same with leftovers. Sorry, Shaw wouldn't have it. Don't worry about the food, Junior. Not about that. We get to celebrate it. That's what matters. Sure. Feast wouldn't have been. A lot of people just don't want to talk. At the kennels, you spot a pair of dogs engaged in an aggressive conflict. Teeth bared and snarling, the two creatures snap at each other. Cordell is nowhere to be seen, but the kennel master's whip has been left aside, resting atop a crate. As you look on, the fight begins to intensify. Yeah, teeth bared and snarling. They're not... Doesn't sound like they're playing with each other. Now, grab the whip. Crack it. With Cordell out of sight, you elect to break up the fight among the dog yourself. You take the whip from atop the crate and turn your attention to the two sparring animals. As you raise the whip, readying to crack, when a voice from behind interrupts you. Just what do you think you're doing, Shaw? You turn to see Cordell standing before you with a glare. Put that silly thing down. The whip is only for matters of life and death. Neither of them are going for the throat. These boisterous displays are common among the pack. I didn't know. I mean, maybe they're happy, maybe they're not. I'd rather them not kill each other, frankly. Simple feed and they'll stop. Cordell takes the whip from your hand and places it atop the crate. Shaw, if you see something that concerns my pack, inform me before you decide to do something foolish. I'd rather her be unhappy than some of the dogs. I literally just got done saying that I don't care if I lose 2 of the dogs, so I don't know why I bothered. He stares at you before nodding to his sleeping bag. Nobody wants to talk today, huh? Just a fucking bummer of a day. All right, pull it out. It's a tough one. I don't personally know the dogs well enough to not deal with theirs. We have one freezing, so we want that. We have one malnourished, so we want that. I think we're gonna keep it normal. I think that's gonna be the plan. Research. Bunch of penguins. Eel penguins. Couple freezings. Cured malnourishment. Cured freezing. Cured freezing. Cured freezing. Nourishment. Dad's demoralized. Mr. Zach's demoralized. Boy. Ugh. Alright. We're gonna have to slow down the food pretty quickly. Teams of crew are adapted nicely. They're getting on with their jobs like clockwork. Feels like we're back in the open ocean again. You know we're in for the long haul. Well, I'll see to it that they're keeping up the good work, and you see to it that they're entertained when the work is done. Aye. Short on words, aren't you? Prefer to talk through your music, eh? Sailor with the heart of a poet. Sure. I had to change them from Russian to different time. Shit. Hard at work I see is not going to help. Is there a problem? No, force of habit. Don't need me asleep at the post. You need something, Captain? You should get some rest. Not mad, Captain. Get rest when I can. I know what I'm doing, Shaw, if that's what you're wondering. If you don't need anything, I'm getting back to work. Oh, so much for that event. Anybody else? Oh. I tried to separate my developing equipment from your tools as best as I could while setting up. We wouldn't want for any of them to be mixed up, would we? It's quite all right. I hope my work doesn't distract you from your own. We'll just have to make do. I suppose if tent space is the chief of our worries, we should consider ourselves lucky, right? Yes, I suppose so. Do you prefer to go by Dr. Nutley or just Nutley? Well, I still think of Nutley as my father's name, mainly. I see. Perhaps you prefer Arthur, then? Arthur is also my father's name. How unfortunate. For now, I'll stick with Doctor. Is that okay? Of course. Cool. All right. What problems do we have? Does everyone hate life? What's up, Junior? What matter we need to settle with you? I don't see the problem here. Tucker was going through his personal belongings on the ship and we found this. A tin of treats, biscuits, confectionaries, quite a lot. Ah, now, I was hardly hiding them away. They're just my own private selection. A gift from my grandmother before the expedition. Baked them herself. I understand you see these as your personal effects, and that was true at a point. But as it stands, food is food, and we need all we can. You cannot reasonably hoard it to yourself. They're hardly filling, they're just some biscuits. You're filling enough. Listen, now's not the time to keep something like that to yourself. I don't care if Tucker... Like, Tucker doesn't have a happiness meter. But if I take it away, the decorum's gonna go down. My decorum's kind of waning at the moment. And if I choose the bottom one, it's no one's gonna be happy. They're just cookies, right? Like, their energy, yeah, but they're just cookies. Not gonna keep people healthy. There's just gonna be a little bit of food. Frankly, I'd rather decorum go up. Our food stores are better than most. They're gonna be unhappy, but I don't care much about them. I'd rather the crew's decorum go up. Maybe he'll be able to share them. Thank you. If we run low, we may still have to dip into your supply. Don't go through them all in one day. Of course. Of course. That was honestly the best answer. Pretty good. Like, dude, they're just cookies. That's a tin of biscuits. Down in there. Okay, food hoosh pot. We got these emperor penguins, which is good. Really good. You can keep the food rolling. Might as well. The little baby boys should just go in. The emperor penguins should just go in. Nobody's malnourished, so we can feed the hoosh a little bit more here. This just cures scurvy. This food is not going to go bad. And I can give people scurvy up front right now, or malnutrition right now, as long as we can keep people rolling. So I'm happy to do that. My scientist, dude, the scientist dudes keep fucking dying. Drive me crazy. Demoralized? No, we got timber. We may as well toss it in. That's all the timber's good for. I mean, I can hang on to it, I suppose. We're at 98. No, and bring us to 118. It's the end of the coal. Okay. We have to be a bit more cautious with everything else. If I do this, I can just assign the engineers. Doesn't look like it'll end up costing more. I'll just get rid of people's... It didn't cost anything. That was awesome. Okay. We got a scientist. No, he's malnourished and he's depressed. We got two Johns who's got the two things. So I'm happy to put you in here. And I don't think we're going to worry about anything. So let's put two Johns away. He's got both problems. Quests we don't need. All right, sending people out. Cool. In fact, I wanted to get more research right here. Screw it. Send them all. Go. Send them all. As much as we can. We're kind of locked behind things anyway. We'll send out a scout. Oh, nice. Send out scout. Oh, that was... Oh, these are more dogs to send them this far. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. I'll cure you of demoralized. We'll leave the kid at home. Get some more of the little penguins. That's all them. We'll send you in to get your pictures done. to help with the demoralization. More decorum. We have 3 people left. Not quite sure what to do with those people. We're out of dogs. That it? Just got 3 people that can't do anything? Alright. A little annoying, but suppose it's okay. Alright, keep rolling. Our supplies are pretty decent. Barely any taste of these fucking cigs. Mentioned before, what brand are they anyway? Apperton. Same group who tinned those peaches. Yeah, they're shite. There's plenty of it. Rather, there wasn't. You'd rather be craving at a time like this? Suppose not. There's just, I don't know. What do they know about tobacco? Fair point. The peach tinning company is selling cigarettes as well? It's kind of weird. I guess you gotta grow. They got access to the fields. Sarah's Jupiter before nodding to a sleeping bag. Nobody wants to talk to me. Be friends. That building next to my kennels would often play music on a phonograph. I would hear it through the open window. For months on end, I would hear it as I worked. Over time, I'd grown used to it. I'm sure one of the crew brought a phonograph. Perhaps you can pick up the habit once more? As not needed. I would not attempt to impose in such a way. Yeah, a lot of people just don't end up wanting to talk. What's that? One of the doctor's books. Since when could you read? It's got pictures, da. You're interested in medicine, are you? A little. Better work than this, anyhow. Can't tend to the furnace if I'm nabbing with you. Nobody wants to talk to me. Difficult to find a light. Does those your age still read, or has intellectualism passed us by? Alright, curmudgeon. He's just reading crap. Alright. Off to the next week. We're kind of starving for events right now. I don't wonder what's going to happen. We're going to start cutting things down. The decorum is okay, but I'd rather not. I suppose I could keep. Yeah, we're going to have more people freezing. Let's keep the fires stoked for a little bit, but yeah. Lost became freezing. Gnomes became freezing. 2 Johns cured. Longer demoralized. Got scurvy. Oh well. Alright, we got a tin of a can of whatever. Talking about. Let's clear some of the scurvy before. There we go. Alright. A couple people freezing. We can get the boys in the furnace. But let's worry about that. Guess we need to send the engineers to do something. Alright. We're at. Hammond. Days are getting darker, Captain. Rue's been asking about using more oil to fuel the lamps. I told them to piss off, but I figured I should ask you. Lamplight is not an unreasonable request. The oil's for the boiler. More important than making dinner brighter. It also makes it easier to do their work, Mr. Hammond. Aye, well, it's the captain's decision. I know what Alex is going to say to that. Fucking hates this guy. Give the crew what they want. I won't hear the end of it otherwise. It's a reasonable request. Give them the oil they need. It's a reasonable request. I'm fine with it. Confirm. Alright then. Better be able to spare it, Captain. Oil heat is the one thing that's been going pretty well. I'm glad I grabbed those furnace supplies, because rolling it above to 120 is really nice. The decorum stuff there, I don't know. Could have had a lot more fuel with it. 102 fuel is pretty good. That's going to last us a few days. So when I was hunting things, I don't know if you guys saw, one of the things that I could have picked up in the bottom of the ship were like There's like basketballs and chessboards and stuff. It's to keep people alive. It's to give them decorum. And it added some, which was nice, but it also added a bonus to the max. So being able to push yourself slightly above is one of the annoying things. One of the best things that you can do is give yourself that little bit of slush room. So when you end up with 107, you know, it's not bad. If I pushed myself from 80 to 110, way better than being stuck at 100. I think that was the right choice. It's keeping people happy. It's typically going to be the best way. Yeah, the little extra room definitely helps. But still, it was 100 fuel. That's like it's like 4 days worth of burning. Like, pretty solid. I'm gonna have to start burning penguins and stuff real soon. Fuel is gonna be a rough spot. After dinner, we should have a discussion about the future discretion of this crew. I suppose we should consider moving camp closer to the direction of rescue. Indeed. As for when that should be, talk later. Very well. Okay. After dinner, we'll talk about it. Alrighty, sending the crew out. We got a few things explored, but now that we have far distance, also far, kind of whack. Only going to be sending, let's see, 3, 4, 4. That's 14, so we can definitely do that. So let's explore. What is this? Fishing? Okay, fishing would probably be good. Probably be terrible for fuel, but the seals would be much better for. Anything else? We have a couple people, so we're going to be able to send out at maximum. 54.4. Let's go ahead and do this before I start making any big decisions. Okay, so we can have the hunt here and the hunt here, or we can have a last exploration here, which I'd rather. And hunt here, which will send 4 people out on. Which means that for the majority of the crew, really won't have all that much they can get done. We are. Oh, it looks like we're floating towards the island itself, though. That's interesting. That's interesting. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. We started here cutting through, and then slowly the iceberg is actually moving towards the island. If we could get onto the island to explore it, that'd be pretty good. Let's get people on the seals. I want to cure them of heat first. We're lit. It looks like we can just do it at no extra cost, which is pretty nice. We got a malnourished guy, so we can keep the food rolling for that at least. More into the hoosh pot. I don't want to send people, make people more malnourished, given the opportunity. Go away. It's something happened. It's 7. Something is happening here. I have to restart. It looks like a weird little bug. Okay. If I do this, that works. Alright. Food is good. In fact, I'd like to keep food nice and slopped up. Right there. So we can get people nice and comfy. Get rid of the malnourishment. For the furnace, we can toss a couple things in here. We got these flares, which is 30. It's going to put me at 88. That right there is 102. Okay, we're good. 105. Okay. This is probably just about as comfortable as we're going to be able to keep it. We could send you in for the malnourishment. This. Who's going for malnourishment? Did I already send him out? No, I didn't. Cool. Okay, you're gonna rest. We're gonna get some this on here. Right. bit of extra research. And now we're going to send people out to the Emperor Seals because we just have everybody available. Oh. Just 2? That's all we can send? I'd rather send more people. 4, 3s, so we can hang on to that. Alright. Cool. Fish. Solid. Alright, we're stuck in just about everything else with 4 people left. It's kind of like super annoying. Because there's nowhere else to send them. But, I guess that's about it. Really all we can do. Can they play with the dogs? Happy? Pet the dog. That it. Alright. I think that's that. At the very least, it looks like if anyone has any real problems, instead of like treating their scurvy and stuff like that, we could just throw them into the med bay, because I've got so much slush room available. You wish to speak with us, Kurt? Indeed, I did. Had you noticed anything about the ground beneath our feet, Captain? I try not to think about anything beneath her. It's not about to give way, is it? Not immediately, no. We're looking at the early stages of this ice breaking apart. If we don't want to join the dear old Temperance, we'll need to be moving out within the week. That's so. If we start packing from tomorrow, we'll be safe to move on at the beginning of next week. Any longer than that, and we'll be dipping our toes into the water. Well, it is inevitable that we should keep constant movement. Even ignoring the changing ice, our rescue vessel will not be searching for us here. I know. I'll trust him. He knows about this kind of stuff. Get the word out, Kurt. In a week. I will, Captain. This day is death. Moving on. Thank you, Kurt. Have a good evening, Templeton, Captain. Anybody else? If we're around here any longer, we'll be swallowed up. Still set the match at the arrival of rescue. Let's not waste any more bloody time. This boiler can't last forever. Anybody? Evening, Captain. There was a song that found itself stuck in my head earlier. The dogs were pleased when I began humming it. I fear I may have to make it a habit. Well, she doesn't want to hang out with the crew. Music reminds me of home. I take it to be the same for you? No, I'd like to ask her more about herself. Certainly not. Do not hold any presumptions in my ability to hold a tune. Oh, I keep giving her Irish accents. Anybody with red hair, you just give them the old Ireland for them. She went up. Yes. The sailor folk among the crew seem resistant to my report. Saltborn people are ever private about their culture, especially when someone like myself is asking. Yeah, the blessing and curse of red hair, yeah. It's, you look at them, you're like, I know exactly where you're from. No, I'm from Chicago. No, you're not. Is my report invasive? Am I taking advantage? I suppose that'd be the right person to ask. You needn't expose their culture to the world. This report is on our expedition, nothing more. Yeah, but she likes to flare it up. I mean, it's keeping her... Where's she at with loyalty? Oh, she loves me. Yeah, I'll talk shit. We're up to stick back as necessary. I don't need you upsetting my crew. I swear that isn't my intent. I simply observe. If that becomes an issue, I promise to ease up. Doctor, seem worse for the wear this evening? Sorry, I've not had much sleep lately. Something disturbing your rest. Just some bad dreams. Shame, shame. It's a rest early, Arthur. I'll inform you if an emergency arrives. Oh, thank you, Kurt. You can thank me with a good night's sleep. Right, we're set. Moving on to ice. 10. When shit hits the fan. Okay. We'll do half and half. In fact, 2 crew members developing freezing doesn't really seem to be an issue, honestly. Although the extra demoralization will be an issue. We're going to keep the food low. For fish, got 1 person freezing, 2 people freezing, malnourishment. All right, we're moving up camp. Assume. At least that's what we were talking about. Still a flag. Something about this flag is very comforting. Like the most heavily animated thing in the game. Everything else is very static. The next camp. After a hard morning dragging the boats, the crew come across deeper snow ahead. Captain, the snow on the ice is getting deeper. We'll need to find a better path before dragging the whole crew through it. Be happy to take up the reins. Best we leave that to one of your scouts, Mr. Darling. The ice behind us is encroaching. We didn't lag behind a man with a cane. The old limp isn't that bad, Templeton. Bad enough. Time is of the essence. Very well. You can't go wrong with my team anyway. Any one of them is capable of finding the path in the ice. Captain, if you want to judge the course yourself, you should go ahead with them. Ill-advised. We don't know what lies ahead. Best not to take any unnecessary risks. Yeah, no, I'll head with them. If I fall and I die, then that'll be pretty bad. But, the captain needs to be seen as taking the helm. The crew is smart, but I, as the captain, need to stand up, show what I can do. All right, we're going to send a scout forward. We'll send Mr. Malnourished first. Quilsley, you're with me. Let's go. You and Quilsley trudge your way further ahead, keeping an eye out for dips in the snow that could damage the boat. It isn't long before you both hear a sound from ahead where the ice is thinner. Stop. The eggshell surface of the floes erupt, revealing a large, slimy creature, mouth agape with files of razor-sharp teeth. Expectant. Leopard seal! I get the bolt-action rifle. Should be fine. You grab the rifle and steady it as you aim towards the beast, barreling towards Quilsley. The beast continues unhindered. Fear mixes with snow, freezing Quilsley in place. The bolt-action rifle should be fine. How far away is he? He's stuck there. I'm going to wait for it to get a little closer. The animal's gaining speed, closing the distance. Fire now. You crack the rifle and the bullet flies, piercing the flesh of the sea leopard. But the beast continues to charge despite its injuries. There are 10 yards between Quilsley and the beast. Reload. The animal charges, knocking them over in the snow. Boom! Shot connects! Beast drops lifeless on the ice. Oh, Quilsley was fucking dead in like 1 second. Inches from Quilsley, shaken but alive. Harvest it for food. Takes 2 sledding dog teams to drag the creature into stable ice. After processing and packing the sea leopard's meat, a trove of undigested fish is found inside its stomach cavity. You feed the fish to the dogs. A little gross. We don't know how viable the fish are. Better left to the dogs. Cordell claims their digestive systems can handle the meat better than us. The dogs seem pleased with their treat. Act 1. It's got the achievement. Oof. That would have been rough. Outs. I am glad that I did not leave him on the ice. Captain Shaw, personal log. A new camp has been erected on the ice floe. The prospect of land is still far off from here. The Temperance went under, finally consumed by the ice. He will be missed. The old vessel had become a home for the crew. Even when trapped in the ice, it served as a constant presence, a monument of the world we traveled from, the world that was left behind. To see it go weighed heavily upon the crew. Tracks were found in the snow. Frozen coat. What is at the end? What happened? Oh. Proof that, if nothing else, Hunt and his group were able to survive beyond the boiler incident of temperance. Whispers abound amongst the crew. The initial announcement of Rufus Hunt's demise has been called into question. I have to commend Hunt. He's much hardier than I first believed. Rufus Hunt further proves himself to be a man of many surprises. To have made it as far as he had, it almost fills the crew with hope in regards to their own chances. If Hunt and his band of deserters are able to carry off against the elements, that should be the truth for the rest of the crew in turn. The crew were ambushed by a leopard seal whilst moving camp. It was fortunate that all managed to escape with their lives. It was quick thinking and the appropriate resources that won out the day for the crew. That vigilance is to be kept up at all times, lest the crew member meet with a true disaster. That leopard seal was but a warning of the dangers that rest on the ice. By all estimates, it appears that summer has arrived on the ice, a prime occasion for hunting and a comparable respite from the truly freezing temperatures, the worst of which are yet to come. With the arrival of summer comes the promise of winter. The long night winter will prove the greatest challenge to the crew. Crew must be ready, lest they be torn apart by unlivable temperatures, a lack of food, harsh cutting blizzard to come. It was so big. You think there's another one out there? The dogs have been on edge since that creature attacked. They prefer to be the hunters on the ice. Let us hope we never see a repeat of that situation. Captain, close one yesterday, wasn't it? Let's hope there aren't any more beasties looking to make dinner of us. The beast was quite the specimen. I wonder if we'll encounter another of its kind. Lucky to have gotten out of that situation with one of the crew members alive. I'll tell you. Okay. We'll keep moving on. Captain, this territory of ice we find ourselves on, it seems we have our pick of the litter. This ice is teeming with life that has never encountered our like in the past. We'll be able to hunt to our heart's content. Until we come across another leopard seal. Yeah. We should be cautious. Indeed. We'll not be able to stay here forever. Kurt has left me his assessment on the coming dangers. This ice is not stable. Put simply, we have the dead ice encroaching behind us, and the risk of a pressure ridge bubbling up and forming ahead of us. We cannot stay for too long, lest we find ourselves trapped here. Still, that is a worry for another time. But now, our main concern is the crew. Shaken from the attack. Of course. But that is not what I meant. Your time as captain of this expedition has surpassed that of Captain Hunt. That is not the case in eyes of all. Sailor loyalty runs deep in their veins. Take the Stoke brothers, for instance. They voted against you. They still speak of Hunt as the captain and refuse that moniker on you. Every song that Elder One plays on his accordion, the traditional songs of the sea folk. His loyalty to Hunt is clear as the day. But be careful around those two. All that is needed is one insubordinate with enough pull to lead the crew astray. Duly noted, Templeton. We'll be careful. I'm simply stating what we should look out for. Regardless, you have some requests to deal with. They're waiting outside. Aye, Captain. Stanberry? The dog? Should you not be with your master, dog? Please, do not bother the captain. Apologies, Shaw. No doubt Stanberry smelled the scent of the latest catch on you. Latest catch? Some fish was added to the stores, I take it. Stanberry has quite the taste for it. Are you suggesting we feed it to the dogs? If you wish. I assure you they have enough to eat, though. I'm certain the pack would enjoy that, but we cannot allow them to grow spoiled. Come, Stanberry. Odd creatures. Captain Shaw, this area is teeming with life. Naive life at that. These creatures have never seen humans before. They do not even know to run. Some will even approach out of curiosity. In my opinion, we should be engaging in hunts as often as possible while we can. Agreed. Thank you, Cordell. Well, despite it all, we've managed to land ourselves a hefty piece of meat. A leopard seal, and a fish in its belly. It's up to you how we prepare it, Shaw. Feasting on the thing would be nice. Tonight, we feast on the leopard seal. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. I don't have it. Is it? There it is. Push 24. 24 hoosh, but boys, we did it. We survived. We were about to die. And 20 food. We got it. Good to hear. I'm sure the crew will be ecstatic. Captain, I have this bottle of wine in my personal stores. My wife and I plan to enjoy it on our trip home, but it seems that it's much further out than we first believed. So we thought, why not share it with the crew? Ring in the new camp proper. Spread it out, add it to the rations. No, we are celebrating tonight. We are living on this fucking ice. We're doing great. Enjoy it on your trip home. So that's the other option. Spread it out, add to the rations. Not gonna help. It's wine, right? It's gonna be booze. It's gonna cure the demoralization. Not bad. Hold on to it and enjoy it on your trip home. I don't think it's gonna help. Numerically, I don't think it's gonna help. I don't know. What do you guys think? Oh, we have a bottle of wine and a celebration to occur. We're already feasting, for fuck's sake. I don't think we need any more necessarily. But also holding on to the wine, like, I'm gonna make him happy. Got to enjoy it. All right, I'm with it. Thank you. A little drink will help raise spirits. Pardon the pun. They may starve tomorrow. Well, listen, we got the lion seal. We blasted the lion seal in the fucking face. I'm so glad that we had that gun. Dude, if we didn't find that gun earlier, out. We outie. Are you just waking now? Or, you're just waking now. Couldn't sleep. Scared of another seal attack, eh? Aye. Well, at least you're honest about it. People are getting jazzed up a little bit. Today's the day that we need to go and begin the search proper. So first of all, we're still limited by the number of dogs, but we don't have to send the dogs that far right now. Well, let's cure a couple people of freezing. Apparently we can just do that without it costing anything. Cool. We've got a malnourished, which we're going to here. I want to keep malnourished and that kind of stuff just completely staved off as much as we can. Progressing to scurvy and spending those lemons. Those lemons are really good to hang on to, but I don't know if scurvy can be cured, and malnourished can definitely be cured. All right, next. We have a little bit of furnace stuff. Refresh one available dog. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Let's put the last of the firewood in there. Oh, no, actually, I wanted to keep the firewood. Just in case. We're good with 80. We can coast on that for we're going to send people out big. These are going to cost 3. Great. We can send the people. Send as many as we can. And as many as we can. Simple as. 3 more people. So we can refresh a dog, but I don't think we can explore anymore. I can't pull him out. And I'd rather him not stay, or it stay malnourished. We can live with this. Right? Yeah, we can live with this. We can get another decorum in there. What do we got? Engineers. Oh, we have one of the scientists. Mr. Zach. Did you in? Oh, shit! I put the scientists here for the medical conference. Fuck. I undo the day. Yeah, let's undo the day. That's enough. It's not gonna matter so much. Let's not even consider it. Let's just go straight into it. Going to medical comforts. Oh wait, no, we're gonna undo the freezing. Okay. Medical comforts is something that I totally forgot about. I'll raise the heat. Okay, great. We're going to get Scout in here as we did before. It's not perfect, but it is not bad. All right, medical comforts. That'll be. I don't think there's anything in here that was particularly important. Info. Okay, be careful. Cool. Waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber. The dogs. Yeah. Sorry, just spamming through this. Made a simple mistake. Tonight we feast. Still doing it. Screwed it up again. There we go. And we'll give it out to... Cool. So that was the same. Do the exploration the same. We'll send out boys. Send out the boys. That's all of them. All right, great. That was... Hang on, what part of the ice are we on? Let's zoom out. So this kind of moved a little bit eastward. We're sort of in the center of everything. We're good. We're set. Timmy, don't be wandering off. I'm fine, Dad. Stay close to me. I don't know what's out there. I said I'm fine. You look a bit shaken, Chief. Worried about another attack from some beastie? Aye, more worried about one of them getting on this boiler. If it's wrecked, we're done for. Think we should have an overnight watch then? We'll handle that. First you will. That was definitely Joe's coat we found, wasn't it? You still think they're out there? Wouldn't be surprised. Hunt's tough for an old man. We don't know how long that jacket was there. Don't get your hopes up. Captain, tell them not to get carried away. You've survived this long. Why couldn't they? They're gone. Don't get carried away in fantasy. Am I going to talk down to the crew? Am I going to tell them, hey, those old dudes abandoned us? Right? Because they abandoned us. The captain and the other 3 members of the crew, they left. It's the 4 blanks down here. They just fucked off. And frankly, I don't know what they like, why the crew would remain loyal to dudes like that, but they've been with the guy for a long time, you know? It's important. But do I instill hope in them in telling them that the remainder of the crew is out there? Or do I squash down the idea that someone might come back and take the ship over? Or do I just puss out and not do the bottom one? The idea, what they were whispering out before was that the captain's ghost was haunted, because I told them the captain was dead. Captain's ghost haunting the place, and I was like, no, kill those rumors. Die. But now there's proof. No, they're gone. Let's not get carried away in fantasy. Don't worry about it. See? Well, that jacket meant something. It could mean Joe froze to death. Well, don't you have a sunny disposition? Being realistic. Overheard some crew talking about how they missed proper food back on land. Bastard should have smacked them. Can't blame them though. Been out here quite a while. The complaints are ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with your food. It's not. They're not complaining about the badness of the food. It's just different. It's just simple. Maybe you should switch up the cooking. No. This is the most insightful. You don't miss the land, do you? Not at all. No attachment there. I'm salt-born, more so than most. Me, it's the sea I miss. We're not on the sea at all. Evening. That rescue ship better be coming. Don't trust the benefactor to follow through. You trust Templeton? Nope. Man knows what he's doing. He's loyal to the business, first and foremost. Can't say I blame him. Oh, we got the crew over here. Make our way towards the main camp, approaching Kurt as he speaks to Nutley. Well, it's not that I find use in it. I understand. I know the struggles of having so much pressure put on you at a young age. So, you're saying you were nervous when you were my age? No, of course not. I was 6'5" hooker in rugby. But, of course, I can empathize. You approach and you notice Kasha following close behind you, a few steps back with some hesitation. Kurt's eyes catch you. He calls the both of you over. Ah, Captain Shaw, I was just helping our good doctor. Our first trip out onto the ice left him shaken. I'm set to calm his spirits. It'll take more than a pep talk to set Nutley straight. Yeah, let's switch it up. Kurt, you haven't spoken to Kasha before. She's quite the fan. Oh, there's no need to say that, Captain. Oh, is that so? Kurt smiles as he puffs out his chest with confidence, happy to hear of a fan aboard the crew. Well, fan sounds childish. I've simply followed your career for a long time. Oh, no need to be modest. I've encountered many a fan in my time. That must explain your habit of snapping photos of myself from a distance. Kasha shakes her head. That's not it. Your stature simply makes for more impactful images. It's the same with Nutley and his constant look of abject terror. That makes for good photos? They look amazing. It's great work. Keep it up. Thank you? Let us not sell our good doctor short. I'm sure with time he'll feature in images with stature rivaling my own. Nutley stares at the floor. I probably don't have it in me, not compared to the rest of the crew. The rest? Yes, I look at someone like Hammond rescuing the boiler, how Kasha covered the plagues in the streets, and you with your famous expeditions. What do I have? Kasha steps forward into the conversation. Is that some kind of jape? You're a doctor. You perform surgery. That's brave enough as it is. Oh, thank you. You're a trained surgeon. None of the rest of us can say that. You're assuming he's capable of actually performing surgery? Fucking boo! Shoot him the fuck down. Oh my god. No, let's say this man needs all the compliments he can. It's true, Nutley. You're a valuable part of the crew. I am? Right. Yes, I am. Thank you, Captain Shaw. Aye, we're all doing a good job of pulling our weight around here. Nutley fades into black. Nutley disappears. Oh my god, that's the first time I've seen that. That man disappeared from the life force. Just okay. Nutley returns to his tent as Kurt begins to share stories by the campsite with Kasha. The young journalist is keenly taking notes. They're becoming friends. Very cute. Evening, Shaw. We've been here quite a while. Longest I've been on the ice, no doubt. He nightcrawlered away, just back into his tent. Very useful for an introvert to have. In case he gets scared by anything, it just half gone. What was your previous record? Nowhere close, not even a month. Few stay this long and make it out. Apologies, Captain, to cast a dark cloud. Come, Josephine, in my flying machine. Oh, she's singing. Apologies. That tune has not left my head in weeks. At the very least, I have found a manner to calm the pack. You could make a request to Grimly. I'm sure he could learn the song. Perhaps, but no, I will not intrude upon their nightly entertainment. I am certain it is not something the crew would much care for. Jaw. Heard the photographer call my songs poetry earlier. Never thought about being a poet. Can't even write. Music and poetry are similar. You can see the comparison, can't you? Writing isn't a requirement. Poetry is oral, too. Oh, look. I heard your music. Poetry is not the word I would use. Damn, dude. Writing isn't a requirement. I mean, that's very true. It's not... In order to be a poet, and writing poetry in general, it's not necessarily about flowery words. Stuff like that obviously can be flowery words, depending on the person. But a lot of poetry has to do with not only the emotion that you've got behind it, but the way that the words come out of you. Which is why reading poetry is also really big. Like, someone who's reading their own poetic work and is able to express the sounds in such a way that makes it mean the most to them is a big part. It's also why you see a lot of poems. Shel Silverstein was a big, I mean, that's the children's writer, right? But he's got those poems that are like spaced out on the page so that you read them in a particular manner with the pauses and everything that he intended. So yeah, absolutely. Poetry is only 50% writing, and it's basically music in words. Might as well sing at that point. Are poets just lazy musicians? That could be true. Maybe they can't carry a tune. Captain, you needn't call me here so frequently. You receive your updates each day. You should focus on the crew or on your own rest. This is my rest time with my acquaintance, Mr. Templeton. Flattering. I do not deny that we are partners in this endeavor. I suppose an act of survival goes beyond a simple professional relationship. Lost in thought? Our encounter with the wildlife has left rather perturbed. We can only be thankful that we are armed. Indeed. Anybody else? No, everybody's taken up. Evening. I found some old tickets in my luggage. The play I planned to see before we departed. Unfortunately, it was delayed due to several accidents. People were beginning to say the production was cursed. I never believed in curses, but after this expedition, well... Perhaps you're the one who's cursed. You're a man of science, Doctor. Try not to give in to baseless superstition. Oh, I blasted him. I suppose that line of thinking is irrational. Something worrying occurred to me. Enough time has passed that those back on land will know something went wrong. My parents are optimists, but they've no doubt done their research on expeditions such as this. They must be missing you dearly. No doubt. With all the more reason to return home. Can't let them waste away waiting for me. Oh, let's see. What's everybody at right now? Clive is mostly unhappy with him. I've kind of been putting him up last. Grimly, we're bringing him up. Junior is kind of wavering, going up and down. Templeton, solid. Bert, solid. Cordell, a long way to work up. I called her dog Mutts at the beginning. She was unhappy about that. Nutley is right on the line. That minus 15 was pretty harsh. And then Kasha likes me. So everyone's mostly favorable. I don't know if I can go above 100%. I don't think I can. Kind of annoying that... Oh, I guess there's Yeah, just as mostly happy. So that's the thing. If a lot of these people are called into question, it seems to be because loyal to you, right, is what matters. If things are called into question, if there's another vote or something, the people who are loyal to me, which include Junior, right? Those are people who will vote for me. That's what my guess is, at least in the future. Versus Cordell, Hammond, and very closely Nutley, because I just pissed them off. They would probably abstain, at least what they did before. Everybody else is loyal to certain things, right? Junior. Brimley. Who's Junior? Am I crazy? Who's Junior? Junior. Oh, Junior is. So they'll go with Junior. Junior Stoke. Yeah. Nutley. That's a strong name. Yeah. Arthur Nutley. You couldn't pick a more dweeb name if you tried. They were like, we're gonna have this dude be as dorky as possible. He's gonna be a little pisser. What's up? All right. So I'm going to end the evening. I need to go find something to eat before raid starts. Let's see if anything important happens tomorrow. But once we do that, pass on. Do we have food and everything in the way? Yes. Then I can call it. It is much colder. Gonna have people developing freezing. We're gonna have to cut the fuel rations down some. Yeah, I appreciate you chilling. Maybe something cool will happen and I'll stick with it, but I think now's probably a good time. Yeah, the fuel's gonna be the biggest pisser. I know. Our food is actually coming in quite well. Dogs are happy. We can send the people out. We can send the fish. Yeah, man. Thank you both for hanging out. Crews come back. A lot of people freezing. Of course. Oh my god, like everyone's going to be freezing. I sent so many people on hunts. Shh. Mrs. Gloss. Wait, you were in the tent. You were in town. You didn't even leave. Jerk. All right. A lot of people freezing. The most we can do is get a couple people in NG. Anything cool happening? I think it's going to chill like this for a while. But personal meant by that. What do we got? Morning. Starting to miss that ship. I've got spare time in my hands now. First time for anything. You say that it's like it's a bad thing. Spare time's a poison. You want to avoid it when you can. Alright, yep. We're going to call it here because it looks like this is going to be just another day. Alrighty, boys. That's fine. We will pick this up. I'm having a really good time. And it's not slow. It is, the pace is really nice and forward. But till next time, I'm going to leave. Take care.